Welcome, basketball fans, sports enthusiasts, and everyone joining us from all corners of the globe. You are tuning into what is arguably one of the most significant and transformative moments in the recent history of Asian basketball, and perhaps the global international basketball landscape as a whole. Today, we are breaking down a story that transcends the boundaries of a simple sports transaction. We are talking about a move that carries the weight of a nation's hopes, the strategic ambition of a rising league, and the relentless personal journey of a young prodigy who refuses to let go of his ultimate dream. The breaking news that has sent shockwaves to the basketball community, dominating headlines and setting social media platforms absolutely ablaze, is this. Kai Sotto, the 7'3" Filipino basketball wunderkind, has officially signed a new contract with the Hiroshima Dragonflies in the Japanese B.League. Kai Sotto makes history in Hiroshima, and the implications of this monumental decision will ripple to the sports world for years to come. Let us immediately grasp the sheer magnitude of what this new contract represents. This is not merely a player signing on the dotted line to play another season of professional basketball. This is a highly calculated, strategically brilliant maneuver by a young athlete who has the weight of an entire basketball-crazed nation on his broad shoulders. By securing his place with the Hiroshima Dragonflies for the upcoming season, Kai Sotto is doing something unprecedented. He is cementing his status as an elite international force in one of the most rapidly ascending basketball leagues on the planet, the Japanese B.League, while simultaneously holding the keys to his own destiny. The contract he has signed is not a set of golden handcuffs. Rather, it is a launch pad. It includes a specific, historically significant opt-out clause that allows him to immediately leave the team if an opportunity to sign with a National Basketball Association franchise arises during the summer. This means that while he is guaranteed his financial and professional stability in a top-tier environment in Japan, the door to the NBA, the ultimate pinnacle of the sport, remains wide open. To understand why this is a historic moment, we have to look at the intersection of Kai Sotto's immense talent and the fierce loyalty of the Filipino fan base. The Philippines is a country where basketball is not just a pastime. It is a religion. It is woven into the very cultural fabric of the nation. Every street corner has a makeshift hoop, and every child grows up idolizing the legends of the hardwood. For decades, the nation has dreamed of producing a homegrown talent who could shatter the glass ceiling and step onto an NBA court. Kai Sotto represents the closest realization of that dream, standing at an imposing 7 feet and 3 inches, with a wingspan that alters the geometry of the game, a soft shooting touch, and a basketball IQ that betrays his young age. He is a unicorn that the Philippines has been waiting for. When the news broke that he was extending his stay in Hiroshima, the collective sigh of relief and the subsequent roar of excitement from millions of fans were palpable. He is not settling. He is strategizing. He is taking the exact steps necessary to refine his game, build his physical strength, and showcase his undeniable skills on a highly competitive international stage. The Hiroshima Dragonflies, in securing this contract, have also made a historic statement of intent. Under the astute leadership of General Manager Shuji Okazaki, the Dragonflies are signaling to the rest of the B.League, and indeed to the world, that they are a destination for elite global talent. The B.League has explicitly stated its ambition to become the second-best basketball league in the world, trailing only the NBA. By retaining a player of Kai Sotto's caliber, a player who commands global media attention and brings with him millions of passionate followers, Hiroshima is elevating its own franchise value and the prestige of the entire league. This contract is a testament to the club's commitment to winning a championship. During his initial stint with the team, joining midway through the season after departing the Adelaide 36 Airs in Australia, Sotto provided an immediate, transformational impact. He averaged nearly double-digit points, pulled down crucial rebounds, and operated as a formidable rim protector. His presence altered the way opposing teams structure their offense. By locking him in for another season, Hiroshima is securing the foundational piece of a championship puzzle. But the history made here goes beyond statistics and contract clauses. The city of Hiroshima is globally recognized as a symbol of peace and resilience. The Dragonflies organization has woven this identity into their team philosophy, aiming to transmit messages of global peace through the unifying power of sports. When Kai Sotto, an international icon from a neighboring Asian nation, steps onto the court in Hiroshima, he becomes a vital part of that narrative. He is an ambassador of the game, bridging cultures and bringing people together. The synergy between a player seeking to fulfill a monumental personal and national dream and a city that understands the profound impact of global unity creates a storyline that is as emotionally resonant as it is athletically thrilling. This new contract is a declaration that Kai Sotto is ready to dominate, that the Hiroshima Dragonflies are ready to conquer the B.League, and that the pathway from Asian leagues to the NBA is becoming a tangible, realistic avenue for generational talents. The stage is set, the ink is dry, and history is actively being written. To truly appreciate the gravity of Kai Sotto's new contract with the Hiroshima Dragonflies, we must embark on a comprehensive deep dive into the underlying mechanics of this deal, the evolution of his game, and the shifting dynamics of global basketball that make this partnership so incredibly potent. We are looking at a masterclass in career management and athletic development. First, let us examine the strategic brilliance of the contract itself. In the modern era of professional sports, flexibility is just as valuable as financial compensation. The fact that Kai Sotto and his representation were able to negotiate an NBA opt-out clause with Hiroshima is a massive victory. It illustrates a mutual respect between the player and the organization. General Manager Shuji Okazaki has been transparent about the club's unwavering support for Sotto's ultimate ambition. They recognize that if Kai Sotto makes a leap directly from the Hiroshima Dragonflies to an NBA roster, it elevates the prestige of their franchise immeasurably. It proves that their development program, their coaching staff, and their level of competition are rigorous enough to prepare a player for the highest level of basketball on earth. Okazaki himself noted that such a transition would be a historic feat, not just for Kai, but for the B.League. It removes the stigma that international players must go through the European circuit or the American collegiate system to get noticed. Let us break down his on-court impact and why Hiroshima was so desperate to retain him. When Kai arrived in Japan following his tenure with the Adelaide 36 Airs in the Australian NBL, there were questions about how quickly he could adapt to the fast-paced, highly tactical style of the B.League. The Japanese league is characterized by relentless perimeter shooting, lightning-fast transition offense, and disciplined, switch-heavy defense. For a 7'3" center, this environment can be incredibly demanding. However, Sotto did not just adapt. He thrived. He possesses a rare combination of sheer size and surprising mobility. Hiroshima identified a critical weakness in their roster prior to his arrival. They were struggling with secondary points and giving up too many offensive rebounds to their opponents. The addition of Sotto instantly rectified this vulnerability. He became a human eraser in the paint, contesting shots without fouling, and securing crucial defensive rebounds to ignite the fast break. Offensively, his touch around the rim is remarkably soft. He operates effectively in the pick and roll, has a reliable mid-range jumper that forces opposing big men to step out of the paint, and his passing vision allows him to find cutters when offenses inevitably collapse on him. Looking at the developmental arc, the B.League offers the perfect crucible for Sotto's growth. In Australia, he faced bruising, highly physical big men, which forced him to develop his core strength and resilience. In Japan, he is required to process the game at a much higher speed. He has to read defensive rotations instantly, sprint the floor on every possession, and guard smaller, quicker players on perimeter when forced to switch. This is precisely the skill set required of modern NBA centers. The days of the slow, plodding big man who only camps in the paint are over. Today's NBA demands unicorns, players who have the size of traditional centers but the agility and shooting touch of forwards. By dominating in the B.League, Sotto is proving to NBA scouts that he fits the modern archetype perfectly. Furthermore, we must discuss the immense pressure and the mental fortitude required to navigate this journey. The phrase Filipino pride is not just a slogan, it is a heavy crown. Every time Kai Sotto steps onto the court, every time he shoots a free throw, and every time he signs a contract, millions of people are watching, analyzing, and reacting. The mental toughness required to stay focused on the daily grind of professional basketball while carrying the expectations of a nation is staggering. Yet, he carries himself with a quiet, composed humility. He speaks eloquently about his gratitude for the opportunities he has been given, consistently expressing his desire to make his fans proud. This maturity is a critical factor that NBA front offices evaluate. They want to know that a player can handle the bright lights, the media scrutiny, and the inevitable adversity of an 82-game season. Kai Sotto has been dealing with that level of scrutiny since he was a teenager. The upcoming summer is poised to be a defining period in his career. The contract with Hiroshima provides him with a safety net, allowing him to participate in NBA Summer League circuits, attend minicamps, such as the reported workouts with the Utah Jazz, and showcase his refined skills without the anxiety of being unemployed if a deal falls through. If he secures an NBA roster spot, he opts out and history is made. If he returns to Hiroshima, he returns as the undisputed focal point of a team built to win a championship, gaining another year of high-level professional experience. It is a win-win scenario meticulously crafted by a player and a management team that understands the long game. The Hiroshima Dragonflies have not just signed a basketball player. They have partnered with a global phenomenon, and the reverberations of this contract will shape the future of international basketball. As we draw this extensive analysis to a close, we must look beyond the immediate future and consider the long-term legacy of Kai Sotto's journey and what this historic contract with the Hiroshima Dragonflies truly signifies for the world of sports. We are witnessing the drafting of a blueprint for the next generation of international athletes. For decades, the pathway to the NBA for Asian players has been incredibly narrow, fraught with systemic challenges, geographical biases, and a lack of direct exposure to elite scouting networks. By carving out this unique path, from the Philippines to the G.League Ignite program, to the rugged courts of the Australian NBL, and now establishing dominance in the Japanese B.League, Kai Sotto is actively widening that pathway for everyone who comes after him. He is proving that talent, combined with strategic decision-making and an unwavering work ethic, can force the global basketball establishment to pay attention. This contract extension is a resounding victory for the concept of betting on oneself. Sotto could have easily chosen a more conventional route, perhaps fighting for limited minutes at a major collegiate program in the United States. Instead, he chose the crucible of professional international basketball. He chose to play against grown men, seasoned veterans who fight for their livelihoods on the court every single night. This accelerated his development in ways that college basketball simply could not. He learned the harsh realities of physical play, the nuances of complex defensive schemes, and the absolute necessity of consistency. When the Hiroshima Dragonflies offered him an extension with an NBA opt-out, it was the ultimate validation of his unconventional choices. It was professional organization acknowledging his supreme value and bending to accommodate his monumental aspirations. For the fans in the Philippines, this is a moment of profound validation and unbridled hope. Your unwavering support, the countless hours spent watching games at odd hours of the night, the passionate debates on social media, none of it has been in vain. Kai Sotto is carrying your energy with him every time he laces up his sneakers. He understands the assignment. He knows that he is not just playing for a paycheck. He is playing to elevate the pride of a nation. As he heads into crucial summer months, working out for NBA teams and participating in summer league games, he does so with the strength of millions behind him and the absolute security of a stellar franchise in Hiroshima waiting for him if he needs more time to sharpen his blade. To the Hiroshima Dragonflies organization and the fans in Japan, you have secured a generational talent who brings a unique magic to the hardwood. You are providing the fertile ground necessary for a prodigy to blossom into a global superstar. The synergy between Japanese precision and Filipino passion is creating a basketball spectacle that is required viewing for any true fan of the sport. We will be watching closely, tracking every statistic, every highlight reel block, and every step closer to that ultimate NBA dream. Thank you all for joining me on this incredibly detailed deep dive into a story that is actively reshaping the global sporting landscape. If you found this comprehensive analysis insightful, please ensure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on Kai Sotto's historic journey, and share this breakdown with your fellow basketball enthusiasts. Would you like me to analyze any other emerging international prospects in our next deep dive? Let me know in the comments below. Keep watching, keep believing, and we will see you next time.